Once upon a time, in a cozy little village nestled between rolling hills, lived a curious and kind-hearted boy named Leo. Leo was about 7 years old, with bright, twinkling eyes and a smile that could light up even the cloudiest of days. He had a big imagination and an even bigger heart. His favorite thing in the world was to explore, whether it was his backyard, the nearby forest, or the pages of a good book. One sunny morning, Leo woke up with a sense of excitement bubbling inside him. Today was different. He could feel it. He quickly put on his favorite blue shirt, grabbed his trusty backpack, and headed out the door. His mom, Mrs. May, called after him, "Where are you off to, Leo?" But Leo just grinned and shouted back, "I'm going on an adventure. Mom, I'll be back before lunch." Leo's adventure began in the village square, where the baker, Mr. was setting out freshly baked bread. The smell made Leo's stomach rumble, but he was too excited to stop. As he walked by, Mr. handed him a warm bun. "For energy on your adventure," he said with a wink. Leo thanked him and continued on his way, munching on the delicious treat. Leo decided to take a path he'd never been on before. It led him to the edge of the Whispering Woods, a place filled with tall, ancient trees and stories of magical creatures. As he walked deeper into the woods, the trees seemed to whisper his name, "Leo. Leo, come play with us." The wind gently rustled the leaves, and the sun peeked through the branches, casting playful shadows on the ground. Suddenly, Leo heard a soft cry coming from a nearby bush. He tiptoed closer and found a tiny, fluffy bunny with a hurt paw. "Oh no, don't worry, little bunny, I'll help you," Leo said, his voice filled with concern. He carefully picked up the bunny and wrapped its paw with a handkerchief from his backpack. The bunny looked up at him with grateful eyes, and Leo could feel a warm glow in his chest. Just as Leo was about to leave, the ground beneath him began to tremble, the bushes rustled, and out stepped the biggest, roundest, and most colorful toad he had ever seen. The toad had a crown made of flowers on his head in a deep, croaky voice. "Thank you, young Leo, for helping my little friend," the toad said. The toad introduced himself as King Ribbit, the ruler of the Whispering Woods. "As a reward for your kindness, I invite you to the Great Forest Feast," King Ribbit said with a grand gesture. Leo's eyes widened with excitement. A feast in a magical forest. This was the adventure of a lifetime. King Ribbit led Leo through a hidden path, and soon they arrived at a clearing filled with the most amazing creatures Leo had ever seen: talking squirrels, dancing fireflies, and birds with feathers as bright as rainbows. The trees were decorated with twinkling lights, and there was a long table laden with all sorts of delicious food. Leo was welcomed as the guest of honor. He ate sweet berries, drank sparkling nectar, and listened to stories from the wise old owl. Hoot! Everyone laughed, sang, and danced together. Leo felt a mix of joy and amazement. This was the happiest he had ever been. But as the sun began to set, Leo knew it was time to go home. King Ribbit thanked him again and handed him a small, glowing pebble. "This is a magical pebble, Leo. Whenever you need a friend or a bit of courage, just hold it tight, and you'll never feel alone," the king said with a warm smile. Leo waved goodbye to his new friends and made his way back through the woods, feeling a bit sad to leave but also excited to share his adventure with his mom. When he finally reached home, the sky was painted with the colors of the sunset. Mrs. May was waiting for him with a warm hug. "Did you have fun, my little adventurer?" she asked. Leo smiled, his eyes sparkling with joy. "Oh, Mom, you wouldn't believe it. I met a talking toad king, helped the bunny, and went to a magical feast," he said, pulling out the glowing pebble to show her. Mrs. May looked at the pebble and smiled. "That sounds like a wonderful adventure, Leo. And you know what? The best adventures always start with a kind heart." Leo nodded, feeling proud of himself. That night, as he lay in bed, he held the pebble tight and whispered, "Thank you, King Ribbit." And as he drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of new adventures in faraway lands, knowing that with kindness and courage, anything was possible. And so, Leo's big adventure came to an end, but it was only the beginning of many more to come.